Om Shanti. First, there is a question which I will take up, and so there is a question by someone who asks that on one hand, Baba says all positive things, yes, like have hope, faith, do good, be good. And then Baba is always talking about destruction. And Baba is always talking about how, the five elements will show their, that their aggressive form, and how there will be destruction. And then you have to understand that there will be destruction. So then it's not positive that, so these two things, they think that they are contradictory. Now the thing is, let's understand one principle today. Positivity and neutrality are very connected. When you are caught up in positive and negative, in right and wrong, good and bad, you cannot be really positive. Yes, let's say, so I always talk about this, that Baba, when he comes, he tells us the reality of all virtues, the reality of truth. So what we thought was the truth was not the truth. And then even about virtues, he tells us what is the truth. Now, when I say positivity is connected to neutrality, it means that you have to be neutral between gain and loss, insult and praise. Yes, you have to be neutral between life and death in order to be positive. Positive means happy and peaceful always. Now, if you have certain ideas of this kind, like death is bad and life is good, let's take this simple idea. Death is bad and life is good. But the thing is, death is a fact. Now, if you don't make peace with that fact, then whenever there is a slight indication of death, whenever there is a thought of death, then all your peace and happiness will be lost, and you will experience fear and insecurity. So, until and unless you understand that everything, these pair of opposites, you see, life and death, success and failure, insult and praise, yes, or gain and loss, these are all the opposites that coexist. So it cannot be that you always have praise, you never have defamation. That cannot happen. Where there is praise, there is defamation. And until you accept both of them, until you don't attach this label of this is good and positive and that is bad and negative to either of them, then you cannot stay in your state of peace and happiness all the time. So this is why Baba says that Gyan means knowing the cycle. Yes, all the time Baba talks about, so what are the four main points of Gyan? You are a soul, Baba is your father, and he is like this, this and this, not the way you think. Then third is, this whole world drama is cyclic in nature, and you understand how it is half day, half night, half happiness, half sorrow, and then how it continuously repeats. And the fourth thing is, you understand that Now it's time to go back home. Yes, so you understand the play and you understand the time that is now. So Baba tells us these 4 important points of knowledge. Now, when we understand the cycle, so why do we understand the cycle? Because when you understand the cycle, it gives you neutrality. Yes, so have you seen that when you turn a plate full of colors, so you mix all the colors, then it becomes white. So what it means is, when everything, you make peace with everything, that is, you know the whole cycle of 84 births, and you understand that light is a fact, darkness is a fact, that you were a deity and again you were the Bhagat and then you became the Kali-yugi soul. So you become pretty neutral about all of it. You understand that all of it is me, all of it is creation. And then you start understanding that there is nothing, there is nothing like life and death, there is nothing like happiness and sorrow, there is nothing like fair and unfair, or there is nothing like good or bad. It is all part of the game. So if you notice, in this cycle, you understand that everything is a factor of time. Yes, so in Satyug and Treta Yuga, you're naturally happy. It's a world of peace and happiness. Naturally, it is day. And you can't help it. If you want to be sorrowful at that time, you can't be. It is designed to be happy. And then there is sorrow for 2500 years, which is also a factor of time. Even karma is a factor of time, Baba tells us, because Baba has told us that in Satyug, Treta Yuga, there is natural akarma. So the soul cannot do negative karma because there is no Ravan Rajya. There are no vices. So there is natural akarma. So whatever you do has no fruit, good or bad. And that's a factor of time. So even karma is a factor of time. When you come to Dwapar Yuga, we become vicious. And when we become vicious, knowingly, unknowingly, we do bad karma. Yes, because when you have lust, anger, ego, attachment, greed, then you do every karma with those emotions, and then every karma becomes vikarma. And you can't basically help it because that's also a factor of time. And then you come to Baba is also a factor of time. So you cannot come to Baba before Sangam Yuga. So when Baba comes, he introduces himself. Only can you know Baba, only can you realize who you really are, and then you can make a decision to, follow Srimat. And only when Baba comes, Baba teaches us Sukarma. Baba teaches us good karma. Before that, we don't know what good karma is. Did you know how to remember Baba? You don't know Baba. How can you remember Baba? You don't know you are a subtle, tiny being of light and that you have to stay in that consciousness. So Baba says that everything in the whole drama happens according to time, and every soul has a prefixed part in them, and even you have a prefixed part. It is your destiny that every Sangam Yuga you will come to Baba, but it is also your destiny that you will be a deity and a Bhagat. So you basically cannot help anything. So what Baba tells us is, be pretty neutral about everything. So when everything is a factor of time and destiny, be pretty neutral about it and understand your time and destiny at the moment. So understand the time that's going on in the moment and understand what possibilities your destiny is offering at this time. So even now, it's not about doing something out of the way. It's in accordance with time and destiny that we are sitting here. And again, Baba says that just like you did everything according to your time and destiny all the time, so now the time is Sangam Yuga and your destiny is such that you have met Baba and you have the opportunity to create a fortune. So just do that. That's also in accordance with time and destiny. And so Baba says that this whole thing, this play of, creation, destruction, Satyug, Treta Yug, Dwapar Yug, Kali Yug, they are all different parts of the drama and they all come with different colors. So happiness is a different color, sorrow is a different color. So earlier there are only virtues, then there are vices. And you have to look at everything as a truth, not as good or bad. And when you start looking at destruction also as part of the drama, just like Satyug is a part of drama, then you don't attach any negative feelings towards it. And when you have made peace with everything, within all your questions of why, how, what, when will stop. So you are okay with everything outside, then only you can go inside and connect with Baba. Otherwise, even when you're connecting with Baba, there'll be, some question or something that you want to happen in a certain way. But when you have made peace with the fact that everything that is happening is accurate and perfect, and I don't want to change any of it, but now I've found Baba and I want to just be in love with Baba and remember Baba while this Sangam Yuga offers me that opportunity, then you create a destiny for yourself. So you cannot be positive by, what is positive? Positive can only happen when you connect with Baba. But that connection is only possible when you stop struggling with this idea of this is wrong and this is bad and this is good and happiness is good, sorrow is bad. Because ultimately, you are living in a play where all of these things will keep going on, right? While you are connecting with Baba, there is death happening, life happening, sorrow happening, happiness happening. And if you are not neutral about it, you will not be able to detach your intellect from all of it. You will get caught up in it because this drama never stops. Does this drama stop? This drama never stops. You see, this whole drama about praise, defamation, happiness, sorrow, or life, death, this keeps going on, in your external world or even in the body. There are so many things happening all the time. And if you are not neutral about it, then you cannot detach your buddhi from it, because as soon as you think this good thing happened or that bad thing happened, your buddhi will get pulled into it, right? So Baba says everything is just a scene of drama. And right now your part is to belong to Baba, remember Baba, draw in powers, virtues from Baba, and prepare for the new world. And while you do that, you have some karmic settlements. So you keep, doing that also. Just finish off your karmic settlements here. And today Baba tells something very nice. Baba says, when you have guests, yes, so when guests come at home, then you serve them with happiness. So Baba says that this is an old body, there are karmic accounts. So you are not advised to, not be nice to guests, but you have to understand that you don't, you take care that you follow your disciplines. It's not like for a guest you miss Amrit Vela or you don't attend Murli or Manthan, or don't, you tamper with your yoga time. All that is not a good idea, because again, to be nice, you need strength. So until you receive that strength, how will you be nice? So Baba says, be very sweet, be very loving, because these are karmic settlements. So you treat them well. But you understand that until and unless you treat yourself well with food of knowledge and fuel of yoga, you cannot treat anybody well. So that also has to be borne in mind. And just like I told you about the pairs of opposites and being neutral about it, so today also Baba is talking about something of that sort. And Baba today says that I cannot treat your illness. Yes, so there are many people who think that when I'm ill, Baba knows and Baba will send me the medicine. Do you think like that? So Baba says, I cannot treat your illness. Baba says that if it is in the drama, sometimes I do that also. Yes, sometimes you are so you've come to the center, and maybe you sometimes you get an indication from your Nimit teacher also about what illness you have. That also sometimes happen. Or sometimes it so happens that you receive a medicine also, but that's according to drama. It's not like it happens all the time. And when Baba was Sakar also, sometimes Baba gave medicine to the children on his own. So Baba himself gave medicine, but that was a part of drama. But Baba says, it's not like I'm here to treat your physical illnesses. I don't do that work. And Baba says, yes, it is true that when you have an illness, you have to go and see the doctor. Yes, so you go and see the doctor for physical illness. And Baba says, it is also true that yoga is the best medicine. So when you are in Baba's remembrance, then healing will happen. But then it depends on your power of yoga also. And then, of course, you have to see the doctor for physical ailments, and then with the power of yoga, you have to activate your healing system, and then the body also gets healed. So that is there. Then Baba today also says that, but when you are in seva, then your lifespan gets increased. Yes, so Baba today tells some things like Baba says that don't think that Baba knows about you and that he would therefore send you the medicine by himself. Baba says, if you are ill, go to a doctor. Yes, the best medicine of all is yoga, but I am not a doctor that I would sit and give you medicine. If it is in the drama, Baba would sometimes also give you medicine. Don't think since Baba is powerful and since God can do whatever he wants, why does he not liberate me from this illness? No, the Father has come to purify the impure, right? But Baba also says, children, you children are no longer afraid of shedding your old bodies, because it is in your intellects that you souls are imperishable. Even if you shed your old body, you have to return home. I am a bodiless soul. While living in this body, I am drinking the nectar of knowledge from the Father. This is why Baba says, children, you may remain immortal. May you remain immortal, become serviceable, and your lifespans will continue to increase. Now you see that on the one hand, Baba says that I do not treat your illness. But then Baba also says that if you are serviceable, then your lifespans will increase. Yes? So why? Because you see that lifespan, so having a bigger age or living longer is not per se a good thing or a bad thing. Yes, so Baba says that, now let's take some examples. If somebody is very ill and they are suffering and they are not able to enjoy good health or life, they don't have any happiness, they are always in pain, then when somebody goes to see them, they sometimes pray to God, God, just liberate them from this body and pain. Yes, इनको मुक्त कर दो इस pain से. Sometimes, you have that thought. So then, in that case, a longer life is not necessarily a good thing. Now, if somebody says that this person in so much pain is blessed with a very long life, then that's not a good thing because they are experiencing so much of pain. Now, Baba today says that, so you have to understand that life per se or death per se is not a good thing or a bad thing. It's just life and death. But when you are in seva, then even Baba wants you to, make the most of this Sangam Yogi life. So even Baba wants a serviceable soul to live as long as they can in Sangam Yug and do Baba's seva and create their own fortune and the fortune of others. So in that case, long life is a good thing because that soul is serviceable. So Baba says, if you become eligible, yes, or if you make your life worthy, if you make your life service, a life of seva, then I am also interested in you having a longer Sangam Yogi life. And then I will give that blessing to you and you may have a longer lifespan. But also because you are earning so many good wishes and there are so many souls wishing that you live longer, right? When you are in seva and you are bringing happiness and health and peace to so many souls, then they also wish that you live longer. And even Baba wants you to carry out his task. So he may tell you to, wait here in Sangam Yoga a little longer so that you can serve. But Baba says it's not because having a long life is a good thing. It's because having a long Sangam Yogi life is a good thing because you're with Baba and you are doing something which is valuable for your own future and for the future of humanity. So that's why Baba says this. So you see that sometimes when Baba talks, it is very important to understand what he is really trying to say. And Baba today says that you have to think about the knowledge deeply. Yes. And Baba says you have to tell everybody, you have to give the recognition of the knowledge, ocean of knowledge to everybody. See, everybody thinks that Shri Krishna is the sermonizer of Gita and Gita is the source of knowledge. And that is why people are waiting for Shri Krishna to come. Yes, but until and unless you convince everybody, you tell everybody that the sermonizer of Gita is not corporeal Shri Krishna, it is incorporeal Shiv Baba. And the way he comes and gives us the knowledge of Gita is by descending into the body of Brahma Baba. And how he speaks is in the form of a murli. And that Murli is Bhagavanu Vach, that is Srimad Bhagavanu Vach. So Baba is giving all his directions through his Murli. And this has to be communicated to everybody, because Baba has come and he is giving us the Srimad that can change us from a human to a deity. But most people don't have access to the Srimad because they don't know that Baba is incorporeal and he has come. Yes, so until you appreciate that Baba is incorporeal and he comes by descending into the body of Brahma, you cannot appreciate that Murli is Srimad Bhagavanu Vach. That Murli is the words that Baba spoke, which are Srimad. Srimad means the supreme directions which can change you from a human to a deity. And until you appreciate the value of the Murli, you cannot live your life according to the directions of Baba. And until you do that, you cannot change from a human to a deity. So Baba says, you have to tell everybody this difference between incorporeal God and their thinking that Sri Krishna is a corporeal being, is God. So Baba says you have to make this difference very clear. And Baba today says, in order to do this, you have to have angelic qualities. Yes, Baba today says that in order to explain this to them, so Baba says, only the one is the ocean of knowledge. He is also the purifier. People say that the Ganges is the purifier. The Ganges emerged from the ocean. So why do they not go and bathe in the ocean? Yes, so the Ganges is created out of the water of the ocean. So then why do they not go and directly bathe in the ocean? So Baba says it's not the Ganges, it is not Sri Krishna. The sermonizer of Gita is only one. And Baba says, in order to explain this to them, you children have to have angelic qualities. Now Baba says that you see, everybody in the world is claiming that they are telling the truth, right? So if you also scream and shout and say that no, all that is false and what you are saying is the truth, then will you succeed in that? Can you scream and shout louder than those who have been screaming and shouting for 2500 years? So these scriptures, these, everything, this bhakti is 2500 years old. And Baba has come very recently and Baba is telling us the truth. And now we have to tell everybody that all of it that they heard earlier is false and this is true. So how do you do that? So Baba says, you cannot do this work by saying, I am telling the truth. You can do this by being the truth. So when you have those angelic qualities, when you're talking about knowledgefully, when you're talking about peacefully, when you're talking about lovefully, when you're talking about happiness in a state of happiness, then it gets conveyed. And when you say that we have received that knowledge which changes a human to a deity, and they are able to see that yes, you have those angelic qualities, then even if they have heard all the scriptures and everything, they will know that this is the truth, because the resonance of truth in your being will reach them. So it's very important that we understand this, that Baba is telling us that 2500 years bhakti and darkness have gone together, and there is a lot of darkness which has been perpetuated by bhakti also, because we continue to think that even God is corporeal. So we never try to, rise above body consciousness. And now when Baba is telling us the truth, in order to convey this to everybody, we have to build our angelic stage, because there is no other proof. Can you prove Gyan? There is no other proof. You can keep arguing, somebody can keep arguing that the scriptures is right, and you can keep arguing that Baba is right. But you will not, succeed in convincing with argument, because you cannot be better at argument. You can only be better when you are in that resonance of truth. You are vibrating as an angel. So that is something that Baba says, which is very important today. And then Baba also gives a very interesting logic today. Baba today says that many people ask, when you talk about human souls, then people are very interested in animal souls. And I remember that there was this brother, and he was working with some environment, some NGO which deals with environment. And then when I started talking about Baba coming and educating souls and, adopting us children and teaching us knowledge, then he says, why does God not come and do this for animals also? So I said, why don't you start it? Why don't you build a school for animals first? So there are schools for humans. Why don't you build a school for animals? You start teaching the buffaloes, nursery, KG. So that can begin, and then God can also, do that. So then he said, no, they can't learn, na, Didi. So I said, that's what Baba can't teach, because they don't have that acumen to learn. So that's why Baba teaches human beings. So that Baba says that when you reform yourselves, then nature will also benefit with that reform. Now, Baba says today that even about punishment, when I give you the education and I instruct you to follow Shrimad and become karmatit, yesterday also Baba said that, if you don't do that, then you receive punishment. But the animals will not receive punishment. Yes, they will go just like that. Now, you see, and Baba gives a very interesting example. If a bull kills somebody, even the legal system will not put the bull in jail. Yes, so there is no method of punishing animals here. Are there jails and courts for animals? Yes, do you prove them guilty and put them in jail? So you don't do it here also. And that doesn't happen in the subtle region as well. So just like you see, animals and creatures are allowed to be, and then they are always at the receiving end. If you want to do anything about animals, you teach humans, don't you? You teach humans to be kind to animals. You teach humans to be kind to birds, plants, everything. Why? Because they are at the receiving end of human state, the state of human beings. And that's why Baba says, I also come and teach you, not them. And when you start, changing yourself, you start changing your spiritual stage, then your actions and attitude towards nature also changes. And nature benefits from that. So this is something that Baba says. And Baba today also says that some people say that so Baba, the question is, although the father knows the horoscope of each of you children, why doesn't he tell you anything about it? So it's not like Baba doesn't know which child is going to become what. Baba knows that, right? Because it is prefixed. You already are someone, you are only going and reaching there. But then why doesn't Baba come and say, okay, you are the number 1 soul, you are the 2, 3, you are the 33 crore one. Why doesn't Baba come and tell the horoscope? So Baba says, because I am a teacher. My duty is to give you children teachings to reform you. I will not tell any of you what is in you. So Baba says, I don't claim to be the Jyotish. I know the horoscope, but I don't do that thing of telling you the future. I only tell you I am a teacher, and I teach you how to reform yourself. Yes. So, and if I tell you that you're going to become this, that's not my job. So do you understand that when you go and ask somebody, what is your future? That's not a good idea, because even God doesn't do that. It's a good idea to ask Baba, Baba, what can I do to make a better future? Because when you know the future, your focus is on the future. But when you receive teachings, your focus is in the present, about what you need to do in the present moment. And the thing is, all you have is now. And if you focus on what you need to do now, then you can make a better future, or at least reach the future you are destined to reach. But if you know the future, but you don't know how to reach there, or you don't do anything in the present, it's very difficult to reach that future also. So Baba says, of course, your future is better than what it is today, because according to time, you have to move from Kalyug to Satyug, right? So you have to reach somewhere which is higher than today, because you see, when it can't get any worse, it only gets better. So there is this saying also. So it can't get any worse. This is the end of Kalyug. So it will only get better. So that is the future. And Baba has given us that knowledge in the knowledge of drama. But Baba says, I teach you the teachings about how to reach that future. I do not come and pronounce your future. I tell you that you're going to Satyug, and I give you the teachings for that. So that's the method. And then Baba gives us 3 important directions today. In order to claim a high status, Baba says, continue to fill yourselves, you souls, with the petrol of knowledge. Wake up early in the morning and remember the Father, and don't perform any wrong action. So I think all those who are sitting in the class are pretty, interested in the petrol of knowledge, right? So you all sit regularly. So I know about the knowledge part. But 2 other things, wake up early in the morning and remember the Father. So if you don't remember the Father in the morning, then whoever you remember, yes, because you remember somebody, of course, when you wake up. And for half an hour, if you're not aware of your thoughts, then the one you remember, if they are in a low state of energy, you also absorb that. So Baba says, your mind is very receptive in the morning, And so you must remember the Father and fill yourself with power and virtues in the morning. And if you do both of this, if you have the fuel of yoga and also the petrol of knowledge, then you will be in a position to not perform any wrong action. But for that also you have to be aware. It's not like you have woken up in the morning, remembered Baba, listened to Murli, so naturally you won't perform wrong action. Because your sanskars kick in, very instantly. So you have to take care to not perform wrong action. So this is something. And then today Baba says that if someone were to ask Baba, Baba would instantly tell him, do everything by just receiving a signal. Whoever does something without even being told to do so is a deity. Those who do something after being told are human beings. So in Hindi this goes very well. Let me tell this to you in Hindi. जो बिना कहे करे सो देवता, जो कहने से करे सो मनुष्य, और जो कहने से भी ना करे so Baba doesn't mention it. So now Baba tells everything in the Murli. Yes? And the Murli is a signal. It's like a direction. And if you just listen to the Murli and do as Baba says, if you catch that signal, what Baba wants you to do, and you follow Baba's directions, then you become a deity. There are some who don't follow directions, and then they have to be told, all the time Didi has to tell you, do this, don't do that, why are you doing this? So that makes you human. And then even after following the directions, if you don't do, then even Baba gives up on you. Yesterday also Baba said that I also can't help such a child. So Baba gives directions for, purity, for remembrance, for study, for seva every day. And let me check if I just understand what Baba is trying to tell me and I do it, or I don't do it and I wait to be told personally. Yes, there are some people who say we don't understand that we have to be pure. Why you don't listen to the Murli or what? Baba has told you. Will somebody come and personally tell you become pure? Or there are some who don't do any seva and then they have to be told to do seva. And even after being told, some don't do seva. So then Baba says, then why are you attending classes? Baba is telling you the method to create fortune. And if you don't follow the method, then what is the benefit of, just revising the method? If you never apply it, if you don't apply Baba's Shrimat, then there is going to be no benefit. So there is no point in knowing Shrimat and not applying it. And if you're not applying it, then there is no use of all this, this effort of attending classes and everything. So Baba says, understand the directions from the Murli and act appropriately. Okay? Om Shanti.